My name is Oscar Vetsi. I am presenting on the topic Factors Contributing to Low Postnatal Coverage in the Ga East Municipality. The brief introduction about postnatal care. It begins with when the woman delivers and ends with a few weeks after the woman delivers. In most countries, postnatal care, some countries, most postnatal care exceeds even up to 1 year, depending upon the woman's condition. But the World Health Organization (WHO) has stated that when the woman delivers, the woman shouldn't be discharged from the hospital within 48 hours, so that if there are any complications, the woman can actually be handled with, and the child also as well. So the studies have found that postnatal period, also known as preparium, begins with delivery of the baby and the placenta, and the end of postnatal period is often considered as 6 to 8 weeks after delivery, because the effect of pregnancy on many systems may have resolved by this time, and this system would have largely returned to the pre-pregnancy stage. However, all organs do not return to their baseline within the period. The return to the baseline is not necessarily linear over time. Some studies have some women considered postpartum for as long as 12 months, as I said earlier on in my introduction. Now, what is the problem? What actually accounts for me to actually conduct this research? In my district where we find ourselves, we realized that the postnatal coverage was actually low, below the regional and the national target. Therefore, there was a need for us to investigate to find out why mothers who deliver do not return back for checkups. So we carried out this research to be able to ascertain and also to come out with the problems associated with why mothers do not come for the postnatal period. So, as I said, according to the Ga East Municipal Health Directorate Annual Report 2011, although there have been some steady increase in postnatal coverage, it is still below the national coverage. In this regard, the current study will find out answers to the question, what are the factors contributing to low postnatal coverage in the Ga East Municipality? I did not bring the figures there actually, but the figures actually by 2011, the figures were around 20. It was around 34% thereabouts. 34% thereabouts. So actually, it was low. As at the end of last year, it rises up to about 45%, and still we are below the coverage. So we need to find out what method do we use. The study is essential exploratory. We just want to explore, the minds of the people, what they think about it. So we use exploratory research design to be able to ascertain the cause of these problems. So the variables that we consider, we look at the geographical characteristics, the knowledge of the people, the threat associated with postnatal care, whether there are clinics available, and also access to postnatal care. The study population of the mothers, the WIFA, we have 82,805 women, which is the WIFA population for the whole district. We also we do not seek for ethical review committee. We do not write officially to them, but the reason is that this is a quality data improvement of our job, and moreover, there are no harms that perhaps we want to inflict on the people. We just want to improve on the quality of our job. By the way, we sought permission from the Municipal Health Director. We explained the reason why there is a need for us to increase the coverage. The community where this research is also conducted, we have opinion leaders there. We also wrote to them to tell them that this is what we intended to do for the benefit of all of us living in the community, and also the husband and the participants' husbands, the husband and the participant's wife were also considered. The sampling techniques that we use were purposive sampling techniques. Why do we use purposive sampling techniques? Because we have certain characteristics that we are dealing with, and this is the best one we can use, in a sense that if you don't go by this one, we use the other sampling method, we will not be able to get what we want. So purposive sampling simply means that if you want to find out certain characteristics of the people, most of the time it's referred to when the sample size is not all that large, it's very small, but you are dealing with certain characteristics of the people. So we thought otherwise that I can use the purposive sampling to be able to select my respondents. So we use focus group discussion, which involve the community health nurses that we also employ into these particular studies. Sample size, we use 41 participants to participate in this 41 participants to participate in this study. The criteria, inclusive criteria, all women with one or more children under 5 years who are residents in the municipality at least 12 months. We have a lot of communities around, and these communities do not fall within our catchment area. Only few communities belong to our catchment area, and getting women who actually delivers and stays in the community for about 12, that's 1 year, it's not easy. Only few women that we can get hold of. So that is the reason why we use the purposive sampling techniques as well. Primary data collection, we look at the secondary and the primary data. We also have focus group discussion, we use interview guide, and we also use questionnaire. Limitation of the study was that it was difficult actually to get participants because some of them are not willing to answer our questions for us, even though they are eligible to be able to answer these questions for us, but they are not having the time to actually answer our questions for us. Because some of them stay at a far away place, some of them have to go with bicycles to our home, some of them have to take boats to cross. If they don't go at that time, they will not be able to get a vehicle to cross over the river and go back to their residence. So the results, the demographic factors identify age, level of education, occupation, number of children, and participants. But we realize that when we are dealing with the age, a 58-year-old woman was also part of it. Yeah, and then the least age was 20 years old. Majority of respondents have some education ranging from primary, tertiary education, while few of them had no formal education at all. About 15% of them do not have formal education at all. Occupation, those who are doing little job require petty trading, 26%. Unemployed, which is the highest on the list. You know, we are living in Africa. It's not easy for someone to get a job to do. So 53% of the people do not have job to do. And civil servant account for 21%. Number of children of participants, 1 to 2 children account for 86%, and 4 children above account for 14%. The married status, 100% of the women are married. All the 41 people that we interviewed were all married. Knowledge about postnatal care. We realize that the mothers have knowledge. The knowledge level is okay. 83% of the people are aware of postnatal care. Only 17% do not have any knowledge on postnatal care at all. So when we find out where they get this information from, we realize that community health nurses or community health workers, we call them the CHO or the CHN.
Yeah, Mr. Oscar, sorry for interrupting. You've got.
And the midwife per house whom these women delivers at the hospitals, their information level that they gave to the people was very few, 11%. And other health staffs also gave them information. Now we talk about risk and postnatal care attendance. We also find out from the women what they believe. All participants believe that the woman or her new. Okay, sir. All participants believe that the woman or her newborn infant or both of them may become sick, disabled, or die from complications. So they know the risk involved. Then, to seek postnatal care, only 20% seek postnatal care when they are sick. So if they are not sick, it means that it is none of their business. They don't know that, I mean, even though they have the knowledge that this thing will affect them, but they only seek postnatal care when they are sick. About 80% do not seek postnatal care at all. So this is where the problem lies. So if about 80% not seek postnatal care, the coverage of the district will low. And when it happens, so maternal death may set into rates. So perceived benefits, all the participants actually are of view that the benefit is okay because they know the benefits from the community health nurses. But another participant was on the view that because the health staffs do not have time for them during the postnatal care period, they think that it is not much important to them. So actually she goes to the community to tell the people that, oh, even if you come to the hospital, they don't have time for you. So there's no need for you to come. If only you are not sick. So there's no need for you to come for a checkup. So these are the barriers of postnatal care: inaccessibility to health facility, negative staff attitude, financial constraint, transportation, laziness on the part of the mothers. Women's ability to seek help, some of them